Yo, ZB, what's up? I'm dotting I's. I'm on the clock. I gotta leave in a few hours, and I gotta get all these. I gotta get all these baits painted or dotted, I's dotted, and clear coated. This is a prop tail wake bait in a crawl. Kind of unorthodox, but dude said he fished shallow water, so I guess he would use this in the same place he would use like a man's 1- or something like that. Kinda. No, this one's actually yeah, this is backwards orientation. Correct. I'm having to set these up on these hemostats because I've got my little pin on the front, and they typically would hang down, and the eyes, when you paint them, would sag to the back. But these aren't going that way. So trying to see if I can get it to lean a little bit. Let's try this way. Oh, dick. This is gonna fall. I know it is. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Looked like I just crawled out of a deer stand. Well, I was wearing a shirt that my wife forbid me to wear on a stream again. So I was looking around and I was like, where is a shirt that is approved? So this one was in the other room, so I threw it on. The other one is my one that I was wearing is my sun shirt that has I've changed the brake pads in and oil and painted in. And it looks like it. It looks pretty rough. So, like I said, it's been forbidden. All right. I don't really get into deer hunting though. Not a fan. Like those guys that like eat, sleep, and breathe that stuff. I'd rather just go fishing. Like when I was a kid, my dad would take me hunting. We had a hunting camp a couple hours north of here, and the property had a cow pond on it. Um, I would just go fish the cow pond. That's all I wanted to do anyway. Rich, you're correct. This shirt would go really well with cut off bibs. Yeah, Tyler, that's why I got into duck hunting. Because you could like fart around and talk and like do whatever you wanted to do, and it was quick and like typically, you know what I mean. And like I don't know. The action of duck hunting was way more exciting than deer hunting ever was. Until I deer hunted in Kansas. Uh, that changes things when you go like deer hunting in Alabama is lame. But if you go somewhere that's got like giant deer, it's a little more interesting. But duck hunting was more fun to me. I don't know. I like to be moving around. John D, what's up, dude? He gone. But dude, I know guys that'll deer hunt for I don't know. They just get crazy about that stuff. Like they can't deer hunt enough. That's right. Calling, smoking darts, shooting shit, spitting, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, you can get away with it in a damn duck blind. So that was what I enjoyed. Also, didn't I didn't like the I don't know. I didn't like the I didn't like the game of sitting and waiting on something to come to me. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna fish, I'm not gonna pull up to a bank and just repetitively cast at that bank or throw my bait out there and just let it sit and wait for a fish to swim to it or maybe swim by and eat it. Uh, I'm gonna move until I can like find something. And I guess oh no, don't mess up. Um, I knew I guess that was kind of what was going to happen. Uh, I mean, with bird hunting, that you knew, you know, you can move around and do whatever you needed to do. All right, I think this was good. Trapping sounds fun. Marty Burns, what's up? I'm just uh, putting eyes on your lures. Bet you weren't expecting this, were you, Burns? Was that what you expected your wake tail to look like? Or your other wakers? All right. Am I done with yellow? Yes, I believe I am. Alrighty. What color do I need now? Also got some good drama at the open on the red this morning. Oh boy. Oh boy. I love some drama. Marty, these are Mike's. I talked to him yesterday. Yes. Mike, not Dennis. finally got connected yesterday. He wanted to talk on the phone, and which I don't typically. Headed to Lake Martin in Alabama. John D. Marty has he wasn't too crazy, but I typically don't recommend. I don't typically recommend wanting to converse over the phone about colors, because then I learned a long time ago there's no paper trail. And you're pretty much left to interpretation at that point. But if you like write somebody, hey, I want X, X, X done, then it's easy. But if you call somebody and you want to like tell them about it, it gets a little iffy. Luckily, this stuff was pretty decent to deal with. But OShea was leading the tournament. He showed up to his spot, and they had thrown rocks in front of the cut he was going through. Tyler, who is they? Marty, these son of a bucks right here I'm about to pull out are bad to the bone, dude. Bad to the bone. Delta dedicated. I'm probably about 3 weeks out, but I really have stopped taking the Hiroshima baits because some of them some of them I've had bad reactions with my paint to the clear coat, and then I've ended up having to strip them. And I'm guessing the mixture of micro balloons to resin that Brock uses is really heavy in balloons, because when you start trying to strip them, they want to fall apart. And rather than me dick your bait up, I rather just not paint it, rather than having to like potentially get to that step. And there's no way around it because they've got pretty heavy detail on them, and you can't sandblast them. You can't sand them, because if you sandblast, you'll just eat all the paint away. I mean, all the resin away. There's not any really good way of stripping that bait. So I've really just quit painting them for fear of dicking the bait up, and for the hassle of maybe getting to that level. Nate, what's up? Just showing off some Burnsy stuff. I'm trying to put eyes on. Let's see. I want to put white eyes on these. I think that would look sexy. I think that would look nice. Or silver. Yeah, Tyler, I'm happy with these. I'm happy with these. I've got bone colored paint, but I think I have to mix it. So the Japanese guys, if you want a little look behind the scenes at what those dudes do. So toxics I can handle. His are pretty solid pours, which Brock's are good pours, but they're his resin mix is light. Um, but so in Japan, the guys typically dot eyes with this stuff. Mr. Color. This is a lacquer airbrush hobby paint. But out of the jar, it's not thick enough to dot eyes with because it runs. So what they would do is take the cap off, let sit until the solvents evaporate, and it thickens it up to where you can dot eyes with it. But I will say, if you're dotting eyes with lacquer on lacquer, you better be damn good, dude. You better be damn good. Because there is no room for error. None. I need like a water bottle cap. Amy's almost done. I don't know if she's 100% yet. I think she's got a few more things she'd like to do. No thinner. Try this one. I wonder if this will dot as is. Or if it's too thick. Need some thinner. Let's see if I can thin this out without making too big of a mess. Shall we? Keith OShea posts this morning about people in the Red River dicking with them. They put a bunch of rocks across the... Nay, that's what Tyler was saying. I wonder if they are upset because he found their meat hole and he's like going to put it on blast, or what their issue is. I wonder why all the animosity towards Keith OShea. I'm about to make a really big mess. There's about to be bone-colored paint everywhere because I'm mixing way too much paint in way too of a small container. Ew. But, I mean, that's kind of exciting to hear. Not for Keith OShea, but for fans of the sport. It makes things interesting. We hadn't had any shit like that go down in a while, so I'm all for a little rock dumping. Why not, right? Why not? Why not dump some rocks on the mouth of the creek? Why not childishly ruin a person's livelihood by throwing rocks in the mouth of the creek they're fishing? Don't get it. I mean, I wonder how hard that place was really to access. Because, I mean, OShea is in no small boat. I mean, he's running an aluminum boat. That's what I don't get about these guys. What about like John Cox running the Crestliner, and they're like, "Oh, he's an aluminum boat. He can get anywhere." It's like, dude, his aluminum boat is wider than my boat. His boat is a damn barge. So, I don't understand what advantage it may bring when it's like that. Like, I feel like the boats they're running, I could get my. Oh, he's in a 17 with a 90. I thought he had a bigger boat than that. But I mean, 17 with a 90 is still a pretty big boat. I mean, that boat still weighs a ton. Rich, you just can't catch a break, bro. But I used to run a 17-foot bass tracker with a 75 on it, and I mean, it would get you in some stuff, but I mean, I don't feel like I could get anywhere that I don't feel like I could get in anywhere in that boat that I couldn't get in another boat. Needs to be a little thicker. This is a damn mess, y'all. I should have went and got a cup. Rich, welcome to my world, man. If it wasn't for bad luck, I would have no luck. Welcome to Tacklecraft. All right, I think these are going to hold. We'll see. We'll see. I hope I don't dick up these beautiful baits. Let's see. Let me try it on this pink thing first. Probably needs to be a wee bit thicker, but we're going to roll with it. He was running in and having to push pole out. I think that's the only advantage of those boats is the width of like of OShea's boat. Because a 17-footer with a 90 probably still draws a pretty fair amount of water. Try this. See if they work. I think they're going to do okay. Maybe. That one ran a little bit. Tim Maynard, what's up? His doesn't draft much. Like the only thing I feel like has ever hindered me in my 20-footer was the width of it, not how much water it drafted. And I feel like I've been in some pretty gnarly stuff, but not saying that I could get my boat in Keith's where he's going, but I never saw the benefit of having like a smaller boat. It didn't outweigh having a bigger boat because I never had I never had any real issues to where I was like my boat was my hindrance. Um, yeah, that's the thing. He did his damn homework and he got in there. Um, I love it when people win in backwaters because it keeps that dream alive. You know what I mean? Like that there's like some little hidden pond that's got fish in it. Uh, and Poche is exploiting that. He's keeping that dream alive for all us little river guys that like doing that kind of stuff. Google Earth really changed it. Um, Nate, people are friggin' brain dead, dude. People are friggin' idiots. Like, I wish they'd figure out who that was so everybody can see what these brain dead morons look like. The funny thing about it is, whoever did it is probably sitting around thinking, "Yeah, we got him. We got him. We did good." It's like, no, you friggin' moron. Like, they don't see the error of their ways. I guarantee you, they're not sitting around feeling guilt right now. Tim, I'm dotting I's. I'm trying to get my paint thickened up. It's too thin right now, but I'm basically trying to mix paint in a damn thimble, which is not smart. So I'm just like sloshing it around everywhere. Um, I don't know what what would drive somebody to do that. But I would like to see an interview with this idiot and have their thoughts on it. I would like to see an interview with these fools that threw rocks and say, at what point did you think this was a good idea? And how would you go about justifying it? That's the funny part to me. Bone eyes on a bone bait. That'll look nice. Gentleman George, yes, he was. Gentleman George was the best at dodging the bait he was throwing question. My favorite was that tournament in the '90s where he was waking a balsa B3 in the fall, and he got up on stage, and the cameraman like zoomed in on his bait and clearly showed that he was waking an '09 balsa B3, and he got up on stage and said, "I was throwing a balsa 3." It's like, Cochran, just say it was Bagley balsa B3. They are. Wait till I get to the good ones, Dickie D. These are the boring bone ones. All right. These are silent. I believe these are all silent. The old Balsa 3. That's what he said. I'll go back and watch that tournament just so I can hear him say Balsa 3. And then I can yell at the TV and say, Dixon, you're so, George, you're so full of shit. Everybody knows it's a damn Balsa B3. Oh, thank you, my sweet. And I'm sure he did it again, Tim, at Gunnersville when he won on the Pointer 100. I think he probably said, caught him on a 100 jerk bait, or he might not have even said a 100 jerk bait. But dude, he throttled him in that damn thing. Marty, you get your tails too? This color? It would, especially if a Hinkle was made of wood. Oh yeah, good call, me. Those eyes look good. Nope, can't see them. Tim, what's your favorite old Bassmaster moment? I'm trying to think if I've got a favorite moment. Could be a Takahiro at Champlain. Can't believe about a fish in this lake. I know my favorite non-fishing moment is when they're having the classic at High Rock, I think, and they're at Speedy's barbecue, and the old timers are sitting in there and they're asking about where it's going to get one, and they say one of the dudes is sitting there drinking coffee and he says, uh, probably less than 6 feet, maybe. Uh, what does he say? Around some bushes that we all know. Bean's already been jumping on the trampoline. She is fired up about some trampoline today. We have to go out and check the. Every morning we have to go outside and check on our spiders. I don't know where y'all live. If y'all are having spiders show up in your yard? We got those damn things everywhere, dude. Spider bonanza. As the bean calls it, bite us. Dude, she wanted to go at 5:45 this morning. We went to lay on the couch, and she was laying there, and she said, "Go see Bidas." I was like, "Bean, it's dark outside. I need a damn flashlight." She said, "Dada, go see Bidas." So, you really want to go see the Bidas at 5:45? She said, "Yes." So let's at least wait for the sun to come up. See the Bidas. Bean loves to see the Bidas. Can't get enough Bidas. Marty, I will tell you, I really don't like painting these damn wake tail things. They're a pain in the dick. I have to paint them backwards. Because I got to hold them from the front. And then the eyes dry forward too. All right. Is that all? I think that's it. Get one that spins. Camille loved that when she was little. Marty, don't even tell me about those, please. I hate those damn things. It's a good thing I like Dennis. I hate them. I actually started just painting those jointed ones like I do like I do swim baits and like hanging them by the he only wants 120. Please deny that order. Please limit your production of jointed baits to 4. All right. So that took me enough time that I should be able to go back and start dotting pupils. Let's see. Turn these around. Kyle, I'm trying to think, dude. Kyle, she is scared. Don't let her fool you. She wants me to touch them. And we got those little crab-looking spiders that have like their backs look like crabs, and I'll like poke on those and touch them. But if she has a like if one little piece of spider web touches her, she's like, gah! She's all of a sudden not a badass anymore. You're working on 30 jointed ones? Ooh. Come on, Dennis. Beautiful little eyes. Happy little trees. Come on, lighter. Dude, I'm gonna have to buy a damn cigarette lighter for the first time in like 10 years. Oh, your favorite old Bassmaster moment, Kyle. I thought someone was in our house today and was calling out hello. She freaked out. Who was it? Or what was it? Nobody likes webs in the face. Let's see where you're going there, Kyle. I mean, Nate. Yellow orb spiders. That's the one. That's the little crab. Around my house, we call those creepy bites. We have two. We have two species of spiders that live around our house. We have big bitas and we have creepy bitas. The creepy bitas would be the yellow orb spider, and the big bita would be the banana spider. What are the little ones with the little like neon orange? They look like green and orange black widows, but they're tiny and they have really long, thin legs. Running through a driving a four wheeler through a banana spider web is probably not the most fun you've ever had. Dude, their webs are pretty incredible. And that eye looks like ass. Haven't done a shitty eye in a while. That one doesn't look great. What? 1 out of 60 hopefully ain't bad. Dude, those banana spiders, they pull like 65-pound braid out of their ass. I don't know how they do it. Come on, lighter. Writing spiders, the ones with the little orange things on them, Tim. Doing these eyes the Marty Burns way, the way he despises. Uh, let's see here. My grandpa would tell me if I stared at them long enough, they'd write my name. Who I need to go back and look and see who. Kyle, I love those little things. The jumping spiders, aka ninja spiders. Those things are fun. I'll catch their little asses. There's a nice looking rusty crawl looking DT6. Yeah, if there were Eric's baits, he'd force me to use sticky eyes. And I would bitch and moan and complain about every one of them. And then I would wait to the last two and I would put dot on eyes and show him how much better they really looked. I like dot on eyes. I don't like dicking up baits after I finish painting them with a shitty looking eye. But you know what the moral of the story is? Don't dick up. It's pretty easy. Well, I wonder how. What time is it? It's 10, so it's 11:20 on the East Coast. The gathering is open, and people are buying uh, swim baits as we speak. I wonder how that's going. Kyle, you got your mubbas in? Are you gonna go fish them soon? I need to clean off my little stick here. It's getting kind of clogged up. Nate, you're right. They are. But aren't we all a little nuts? I'm really disturbed that I can't, like, there's no one definitive favorite old Bassmaster moment. I should have one. I really feel like I'm slacking. Kyle, correct. Stop and go. Chris, I don't think they would let him get in line until this morning at 3 a.m. I think I read something that if you were in line at 2, you would get thrown out. That you had to wait till 3. So, Tim, when I get my mind free, I'll probably be able to go, oh yeah, this. But it's clogged up right now. I actually really like that part of these shows, um, because it's a little nostalgic for me. That, like, when we were coming up, people would like, if they were releasing concert tickets or like a new album or like something like that, people would like line up at like the box office to go buy tickets, and they'd like camp out at night so they could get tickets to a show and like that kind of shit. Now people just get some computer bot to buy their damn tickets for them. But I think it's cool that people are still willing to go camp out for shit like that, like in the old days. Um, Tim, I don't remember exactly. I don't remember what tournament that was, but I remember hearing about that where they popped the caps on some batteries and sunk them on Clun's holes. Was that at the Bassmaster Classic on Logan Martin? Apparently, a lot of brush piles got moved in that tournament too. Best moment of Bass, would it be a comeback story, underdog, or two anglers getting into a fight? Um, to me, it would probably just be like an awesome fish catch. Yeah, like we waited in line at Franklin's from like 6 to 11, I guess. 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. We waited 5 hours to eat barbecue. Some people would say that's crazy, and we weren't even first in line. Yeah, Tim, there was a lot of shady business going on at that '92 Classic, I believe. That was the one that Robert Hamilton won. Derek, it 100% was mainly because at that time Franklin's was pretty much considered the best barbecue in the nation, and I needed to know what that was like because if you cook, and I like cooking like briskets and butts and ribs and shit like barbecue kind of stuff. So if I like cooking that kind of stuff, I need to know what is considered the best. You know what I mean? Because then if you cook, like if you've never tried any barbecue and you just constantly cook barbecue and you're like, damn, this is awesome. You don't really have anything to put it up against besides like whatever bullshit they sell in your town. But that was like a national, like, you know, legit barbecue thing. So um, that way, if you cook something good, you could at least know how it stood up to like somewhere like Franklin's. And it was the best brisket I've ever had, hands down. Hands down. Everything else was kind of meh, but the brisket was insane. And if anybody's going to Franklin's, don't waste your money on the sides. Just get the damn brisket and maybe some other like. I'd recommend the sausage actually. Um, I never understood why every time I went. Oh, this is gonna be hard. Every time I went to a barbecue place in Texas, they had sausage, and I was like, "What is the big deal with sausage?" And I never understood it um, until I tried it, and then I realized why they all have it on the menu, and they all have it on the menu because they use their brisket trimmings and all their other trimmings to make their barbecue. I mean, their sausage. But it never made sense to me at first because I was an idiot. Um, but yeah, John D. The Aaron does some really good. He did a series for PBS that was like the basics of barbecue. Uh, yeah, so it looks pretty decent. Um, Derek, I don't. The thing about Franklin's and like any of those like high end barbecue places is like they can afford to trim their briskets right. Like if I buy an $80 brisket, I'm not going to square it up so it cooks evenly, and I'm not going to prep it the way they do because it's a waste of meat to me. Uh, because I'm not going to grind it up and make sausage. I'd rather just like, you know, just cook it. So my briskets have never been, world class. Um, they're good, but they're not like that. Um, so those dudes are on a whole nother level. And there's salt and pepper guys, and there's maybe a little bit of garlic, and I don't know. It's rich, and it's a different kind of deal. Um, and I'm pretty sure that when they wrap their briskets and their meat, they use tallow when they wrap it, so it sits there and it like cooks in fat or lard. Because I couldn't figure out how that was how it was getting that like deep, rich flavor. That it's kind of greasy. Tim, I actually prefer Carolina barbecue sauce. I'm a vinegar and mustard guy. Yeah, I was listening to something, Chris, about I'd never heard anybody really explain it, and I've heard people uh, talk about it. But when you're wrapping, whether to use butcher paper or to use foil, and and I heard a dude recently say that they used butcher paper because butcher paper vents more than foil. Like a foil, when you wrap in foil, like nothing gets out of it, and you get more of a steamed flavor than you would in butcher paper. So I could get behind that. So I've got both. Rich, that's a good rule of thumb. Butcher paper for beef, foil for pork. Yeah, Kyle, my dad loves Sweet Baby Ray's, and I hate that shit, dude. Sweet Baby Ray's is the biggest, like, it's probably like the best selling barbecue sauce in the U.S. right now, or probably has been for quite a few years. But I am not a Sweet Baby Ray's fan. Uh, at all. Like my mom, she likes like KC Masterpiece. It's like, dude, y'all like dog shit. I did get them. I think my favorite is my favorite store bought barbecue sauce would have to be the Sticky Fingers sweet and tangy or something. It's like it's a mustard and vinegar. but it's a little thick for my liking. Um, it's almost exactly how I would want my barbecue to taste, my barbecue sauce to taste when I make it. Just a little thinner. Um, butcher paper won't mess with the bark. It's good to know. Stubbs got good barbecue. Dude, we had a Stubbs right down from my shop in Austin. We had the Stubbs was right down from my house, and they had like a little pop up place inside this bar called Mean Eyed Cat in Austin. And dude, they would do these like lunch specials. You go in there and eat Stubbs barbecue for friggin' dirt cheap, dude. Um, there's another place in if anybody's going through Austin that's worth going to. Um, that was one of my favorites, and it's the oldest barbecue place in Austin, and it's called House Park. Place has been there since like the 20s or something. It's good. This live always turns to barbecue. Fishing gets old, Marty. Mustard, vinegar, based barbecue here. Don't mind sweet brown. Uh, I need to get one of those those cutters for my butcher paper. I've just got like a big roll of butcher paper that I like jaggedly cut with a pocket knife. I think we're mostly fat rednecks. Rich isn't a redneck. He lives in Pennsylvania. They have rednecks in Pennsylvania. I guess rednecks are everywhere. I guess rednecks can be everywhere. Uh, yeah, I think that's the difference. Is we all like to eat good food. The South does not discriminate rednecks. We can't own rednecks. Does anybody eat potato salad in their gumbo? Speaking of weird food quirks, Texas bucket list. That sounds fun. Kyle, I've probably eaten at a lot of them. When I was knocking doors, I was eating at all those places. My dad's favorite place was Mueller, the original Mueller in Taylor. But if you walk in the original one, it's pretty awesome. Like it's like 60 years of smoke on the wall. That's how House Park is, though, in downtown Austin. I don't think House Park gets the accolades it deserves. Marty, I tried it and I like it. I'm a fan of the potato salad and the gumbo. I like it a lot. I am a fan. Now, my mom likes coleslaw on a barbecue sandwich. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. Anybody else do that? All right. Now, the fun part. Try to sign these without bumping the eyes. A touch of slaw on your pork. Like my barbecue dry, no sauce. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you, Rich. Excuse my bald head. So I wear a hat every day. Dry rub, baby backs. I don't like baby wrap. I don't like baby backs personally. I like St. Louis. Nah, I ain't down with that sweet relish bullshit, Kyle. I'll spit that shit out. I'll spit that shit out on the floor. What is this? What is this? Candy in my damn coleslaw? I mean, potato salad? All right, where is my signing pen? Here we go. All right. Ooh, this one's gonna be tough. Not as tough as I thought. If you ever get baits from me that I didn't sign, it's probably because they were a pain for me to sign. Oh, don't you do that to me. German style. That's what Amy likes. Heavy on the vinegar. No mayo. I like my mayo. I like my Dukes. Tim, when you gonna buzz it all off? I'm getting close. Got Nasty Nate. He likes the German style too. Bunch of damn Germans on here. Bunch of damn Germans on the feed today. Purchased a UFO a little while back. At the time, he was upset with flippers and signed my name on the bait. Purchased a UFO a little while back, and at the time, he was upset with flippers and signed my name on the bait. That's kind of interesting. I guess that would allow him to know whose name, like if it went up for sale, he would know who sold it. I mean, if you're doing a pre-order and you're painting baits for people, you go down the list. I mean, that's a lot of work for something you seemingly can't prevent. That's pretty clever, though. Pretty clever. If you wanted to run down who was getting rid of your baits, good way to do it. The guy didn't ask for this color, but I painted it for him anyway. I had one rando that didn't really fit because I was trying to do like groups and stuff. Derek, how do you think that technique worked out for him? How many people do you think got blacklisted from purchasing because of that technique? Tim, my wife tried to tell me that. She was like, if you shave your head, more hair will grow back. I was like, nah. She was reading Matthew McConaughey's book and said that's what he tried. What time is it? 10:50. Still got time. We're supposed to be going to Baton Rouge at 1, I believe. Kyle, you might be right. John D, I can't get into the beans. Like baked beans, barbecue beans, whatever you want to call them. Can't get into them things. Kyle, I didn't realize I was leaving. If that was true, why does the top of my head look like I have the mange? good question, Rich, because I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. I had a barber in Austin tell me. It's like real old, like Hispanic dude, and he didn't speak great English, but he spoke enough. And I was asking him about the hair. I was like, "Is it true you can get your like hair to grow back?" And he's like, in his broken English, he was like, "Yeah, your hair is like a garden." He's like, you have to massage the soil and you have to till the soil. And he was like, the whole time he was like rubbing on my head. And he was like, you got to till it and you got to take care of the soil. And he said you have to aerate it. And he was like, I was like, so you're telling me I need to like scratch my head a lot? And he was like, yes. It's like, okay. But he was 100% confident that I could grow my hair back if I would just scratch my head. Tim likes the baked beans. I've never liked it. Never liked them. Kyle, you gonna take me to the spillway tomorrow? Y'all catch them on Parrot? Never been one of my favorite colors, but I know people catch the shit out of them on it. It's the funny thing about colors. Like I remember the last time I threw Parrot, and it wasn't Parrot's fault, but I was fishing. Uh, I was fishing up on the Alabama River in this lake, and I found a Parrot Bandit. I think it was a 100 in a tree. And I was like, well, this is, somebody was throwing this and they left it in a tree. So they surely know what they're doing. Maybe I should be throwing a Parrot Bandit. So I just tied the damn thing on and went to fishing it. Well, it was a shitty day already. Like fish weren't biting where I was fishing. And I started throwing that little Parrot Bandit and I still didn't get any bites, but I let all of my frustration funnel into that parrot colored Bandit crankbait. And because the bite sucked, I blamed it all on the parrot. I was like, this parrot sucks. And I remember it like it was yesterday, and it was probably like 20 years ago. But I think I still have like a sour taste in my mouth for parrot because of that day. Because the best fishermen, exactly, and don't go get them. And don't go get a bait that is seemingly uh, super easy to go up to and like just take off with your hand. even tell you the last time I left a bait in a tree. I didn't even leave baits in trees when I was a kid. I've never understood that. I know a lot of people that would just like get hung up and just like break off immediately and be like, screw it. I don't like losing baits that much. Like if I would throw a bait and lose it, that means that's one less bait in my hoard, right? So couldn't have that. Marty, I did. Here's the interesting thing he asked me. He sent me a picture. We'll use this one for example. He sent me a picture of a crawfish that he wanted. Looks similar to this. And he was like, I pretty much want them all that color. I said, okay. Got it. And he said, focus, you damn camera. He said, but on some, I fish muddy water sometimes, and I would like that same natural color, but with accents of bright orange and chartreuse, so it shows up, but still look natural. So that's what I came up with. And I must say, it's pretty badass. I would throw this. I would throw this, and I would rip lips for certain. I would throw that color, and I would rip all the lips. So he's got 14 of that color. The funny thing is, Marty, is I started off and I had, let's see. So I was just going to do, let me show you the picture he sent me. This was the picture he sent. He was like, I want something along these lines. I was like, okay. So I looked at that and I was like, it's just really a little bit of light green and some like little accent colors. And then I started painting it. And I couldn't stop. Like I just kept adding and kept adding, and like eventually it turned into probably not the same color, but I couldn't stop. Tim, do y'all have the rusty crawls up there where you're at? Yeah, I don't know that I'll ever be able to replicate that one again, but I'll possibly try, because I believe I mixed every color on that bait in the cup. Which is usually never good for replication. It's 11 o'clock. All right, so I've got an hour and a half to clear coat these. That should be possible. Well, I guess I have to go. Kyle, probably, I can't remember. No telling at this point. My mind's really going to shit. The rusty crawls are invasive. Did the fish knock them down pretty good, the population? All right, dudes. Good talking to y'all. Hope y'all have a good Saturday. Maybe somebody will be able to go out and fish. Or if you're not fishing, Maybe go shopping for fishing stuff. I guess that's the second best thing when you can't fish is to go buy fishing lures, which is what I typically try to do. Except I go to yard sales and such to look for used ones. Treasure hunt is what I enjoy doing. But if y'all go to a yard sale and you don't know what you're looking at, let me know. Nasty Nate, take it easy, brother. Everybody else, Kyle, Tim, all the other Nates out there, Marty, Rich, y'all be good. We'll talk to you tomorrow, maybe no Monday. Adios. Insta's gone. Later, YouTubes. Ooh, Rusty Crawls eat the fish eggs. Well, Tim, can you catch them in a trap and eat them? That's what I'd do. I'd be bowling their ass. I'd be putting out crawfish traps and bowling their ass like my name's Kyle Downey and I live on the damn bayou. All right, y'all be good. I'm gonna go spray volatile organic compounds into the air and hopefully not breathe them in or absorb them through my skin. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. Adios.